Hello everyone, welcome back to Ansarkari. So we are taking up 2019 CSAT paper. So we have few passage in the beginning. So according to the first passage, we have to identify the main idea from it. So it should be option D, that it's difficult, if it's not impossible, to repair every manifestation of historical injustice.
Option D.
Then again on the same passage, as we have to identify the assumptions. So I believe both of them are invalid.
Option D.
Then passage 2, and again first we have to identify the assumptions. So it should be both are correct, both are valid.
Option B.
Okay, only 2 is correct, then fine. Then we have passage 3. So the assumptions which can be made, so I believe only third statement is correct and valid.
Option B.
Okay, then another passage, and again we have to identify the assumptions. So even in this, only third statement should be valid.
Option B.
Fine. Then passage number 5, in the most logical and rational inference that can be drawn. So option D, that climate change is the most important factor affecting the agricultural economy in the future.
Sixth का A.
A option. Divya, which is the right option for 6th?
Mansi, you are not audible.
Am I audible, Divya?
Yes, Mansi.
Okay, I'm
Sixth
asking what is
A.
A option. Okay, farmers who modernize their methods and diversify their fields will be in advantageous position in the future. Fine, but it is not being directly talked, so that is why I went with option D. Okay. Then question number 7. So again, another passage we have, passage number 6. So most logical, scientific, rational inference that can be drawn. So limbs being used by different species for different kinds of work is an example of biodiversity.
Option D.
D, fine. I was also confused between these two, but again, these are kind of similar options, so you tend to get confused. Then passage number 7, so we have to identify the assumptions. So assumptions should be first and the third statement.
Option C.
Okay, now we have question number 9. So the number of times digit 5 will appear while writing the integers from 1 to 1000. So in this, we'll take for like a set of 100 numbers. So 1 to 99, we'll calculate how many number of times 5 will be there. So it will be 20 times. So it remains same for every, again, 100 group of numbers. Only it will be varying from 500 to 599. So there again, in the hundreds place, we will have 100 times 5. So in this case, 100 gets added up, rest will add 20 each time, because we counted it only once. You don't have to count it again and again. So total should be 300. So option C should be the right answer.
Yes, Mansi. Option C.
Okay. Then 10th question, again a solid cube is painted yellow, blue and black in color, and the opposite faces are having the same color. So cube is then cut into 36 cubes of 2 different sizes, such that 32 cubes are of small size and there are 4 big cubes. So none of the faces of bigger cubes is painted blue. So this is an exception. So how many cubes have only one face painted? So if we draw and depict this information, so these are the big cubes, and we have mentioned that this face will be painted yellow, this would be black, because it cannot be blue in color. It is mentioned over here. So we see that, since if we take for example 12 centimeter to be the total size of one side of length of the one side of the cube, so if we divide this into, this is 3 centimeter, this is 3 centimeter, this would be 6 centimeter, the side of the bigger cube which is there. So we, if we divide this, small cubes will turn out to be, again we can say, we can divide this into 4 parts. So these are the total number of smaller cubes that we can identify. So we have to identify only one face painted. So these would be from this side and the opposite side of this side. So 4 and 4, it should be 8.
Option C.
Question 11. So A and B, the two heavy steel blocks. If B is placed on top of A, weight increases by 60%. So in a way, we can say total weight now becomes, when this is the position, it would be 160%. So if we assume that, let's say 100x is the weight of A cube and 60x would be the weight of B cube, then we have to identify that how much weight will reduce with respect to the total weight of A and B combined if B is removed from the top of A. So we have to compare from this position 160%, or you can say 160x. So for decrement, we have to identify the percentage. So it would be 100 and 60 minus 60 because we are removing B. So it will be left with no, sorry, it should be when if B is removed from the top of. So I believe it should be, I think it should be 100 over here instead of 60. Yes, it should be 100. What is the right option there for 11th?
Option D.
D.
Hmm.
So decrement 60, we have to compare with 160. That is fine in the comparison, and we'll multiply with
60 होगा, पर B को रिमूव कर रहे हैं तो 60% इंक्रीज हो रहा है, तो इसलिए 60 होगा ना।
No, we have to take the difference in this case. So if we have to compare from 160, we are removing B. So 160 minus 60 would be left, will be left with 100. So that is the confusion. Okay, we'll look into this. We have to get the percentage. Then we have question number 12. So Mr. X has 3 children. The birthday of the first child falls on 5th Monday of April. Of second, it is on 5th Thursday of November. So we have to identify which day it would be for the third child if the birthday is on 20th of December. So we've written it down here, the given information. Now it is given that it is 5th Thursday of November. So 5th Thursday, we can say that November 1st November, if it starts from Thursday itself, or it can be from Wednesday, because there can be only 30 days in November. So if we start from Thursday, we'll have 30th on Friday. We have to, then we can just calculate in mind that from 1st of December to 20th, it would be on Thursday itself. If we start first is, let's say, Wednesday, 1st November, then it would be 30th would be on Thursday. And then 20th December would fall on Wednesday. So since Wednesday is not an option, so we are left with only one. That would be Thursday.
Option B.
Okay, then 13, consider following statements. We are given with these conditions. This is a situation. We're given with 3 conclusions. So which are the most valid? I believe only third one should be right.
Option C.
Then number of parallelograms that can be formed from a set of 4 parallel lines intersecting another set of 4 parallel lines. So these are 4 parallel lines, and then these are another set of 4 parallel lines. So it should be 36 in total. So parallelogram is a figure or a shape whose opposite sides are equal.
Option D.
Then 15th. So in a school, every student assigned a unique identification number, and student is a football player if and only if the identification number is divisible by 4. And student is cricketer if and only if the identification number is divisible by 6. So if every number from 1 to 100 that is assigned to a student, then how many of them play cricket as well as football? It means that number should be divisible by both 4 and 6. So if you see, these are the only numbers which will be divisible by 4 and 6. So it should be 8.
Option B.
8 students were playing both the games. Then 16, when a runner was crossing 12-kilometer mark, it was informed that she had completed 80% of the race. So it means 80% of the race is equal to 12 kilometer of length, or the distance that is to be run. So we have to calculate what is again the total 100% or the total length of the race. So we can use unitary method. We'll get 15 kilometers.
Option B.
Okay, now Raju has rupees 9,000 with him. So he wants to buy a mobile handset, but he finds that again this is just 75% of the total amount needed to buy the mobile phone. So 75% is equal to 9,000. This we've written. We'll calculate what is the total amount that we needed. So actually we have to get 100%. So 100% should be 12,000 is the cost of mobile handset. Now he is having 9,000. He borrows 2,000 more. So total he has now 11,000. Means he's still short of 1,000 rupees. So A should be the right one.
Option A.
Then, so in 2002, Meenu's age was one third of the age of Meera. In 2010, Meenu's age becomes half that of Meera's age. So what is Meenu's year of birth? So we can write this. These are the two equations that are given to us for the information. We write it down in equation form. And from this, we can write it in this way. Just symbolic representation. In Meenu's age is suppose X, Meera's is Y. So this is one equation that we get. In another, we just place this equation, use this equation to us to solve. So get the value of X to be 8. Now, if X is 8, we put it here, Y will be 24. So we just have to subtract from, let's say, if we have to get it from, like, we can calculate from any of the 2 years. So from 2002, we'll subtract 8 years, which is again the age of X, because we have to get it for Meenu, the birth year. So it should be 1994.
Option B.
Now Rakesh and Raju together they bought 10 balls and 10 rackets. And Rakesh spent 1,300, Rajesh 1,500. Each racket cost 3 times a ball test. What is the price of a racket? So again, we have written this down in equation form. So 10 balls plus 10 rackets equals to 2,800. We total 1,300 and 1,500 would be 2,800. So another information is this racket cost 3 times that of ball. So we have to get the price of a single racket. So in this equation, we put the value of R here. So we have placed this and solved it further. We'll get the value of ball. Single ball is 70 rupees. To get it for R, so we'll place 70 in this equation. R would be 210. So the right option should be C.
Option C.
Yes, then 20th. So in a conference, there are total 100 participants, 70 are Indian, 60 of the total participants vegetarian. Then which of the following statements are correct? So both should be correct here.
Option C.
Then 21st, we have a passage. So logical, rational inference. So it should be option D. As we go digital, we must recognize huge threat to internet security from some Internet of Things devices.
Option D.
Okay. Now we have again passages. So question 22, it should be option B. We have to derive the logical corollary.
Option B.
Okay, now again from the same passage, what is being most definitely implied here? So it should be A, big data is the key resource in the digital space.
Option A.
Okay, then another passage, 24th question, so most logical rational corollary. So it should be option A here.
Option A.
Then the above passage implies that, okay, both are incorrect according to me.
Option C.
See, both are correct. Fine. Okay. Then passage 4. So to identify the assumptions, so it should be all should be valid assumptions there.
Option C.
Okay,
26.
2 is not correct. So extreme weather events will reduce the economic growth of the governments and companies in future. It should have been valid. Okay, but can't do anything. So question 27. Again, assumptions. So it should be only 1 and 2. A option.
Option B.
Okay, only 2.
Yes,
Fine. Then passage number 6. So question 28 should be option B.
Option B.
Now we have 29th question. So 5-storied building is there with floors from 1 to 5. They're painted using 4 different colors and only one color is used to paint a single floor. So these are the conditions given. So out of this, we have to ensure that any 2 consecutive floors, they have different colors. How many of these total statements are sufficient so as to be ensured about? being different floors being painted by different colors. So I believe it should be option D, that statement 3 alone is not sufficient, but again, along with statement 2, it would be sufficient information so as to ensure this condition.
Option B.
Okay, B, only 3 is sufficient.
Yes,
But
boss.
how is sufficient?
Oh,
First and fifth floors, they're painted red. Fine. And we are there with 4 different colors. Okay, ठीक है, fine. This I didn't pay attention to. Because one color is used. Now 3 colors are there, so they will be painted with 3 different colors. Okay. Then 30th question, P, Q, R are 3 towns are there. Distance between P and Q is 60. Between P and R is 80. Now the position is also given for them. So we draw it. Question number 30. Okay, so that's how the positions are given to us and the distance between them. We have to get the distance between QR. So we'll use the Pythagoras theorem and it should be 100 kilometers. So option number D.
D. Yes, boss.
Yes. Okay, 31st. So in 31st, we are that given with all members of a club. They went to Mumbai, stayed in a hotel, and on the first day, 80% they went for shopping, 50% went for sightseeing, 10% they took rest in the hotel. So since it is given in percentage, so we can assume any number. Let's say it is 100, the total 100 members of a club. So 10 are taking rest, 80 of them went for shopping, and 50 went for sightseeing. So it means there are certain people who went for shopping and sightseeing both. So it means out of 90 people, 80 and 50, that's how we can divide them, because 10 are taking rest. They are not involved in either shopping or the sightseeing aspect. So out of these two statements, which are correct, so I believe only one should be right.
Option A.
Then 32nd question. 32nd. Okay, so in a school, 60% students they play cricket. Student who does not play cricket plays football. So every football player has got a two-wheeler. Which of the following conclusions cannot be drawn from the above data? Cannot be drawn. Okay, so I chose what can be drawn actually. So it should be 1 and 3. Option C should be there.
Option D.
D, all cannot be drawn. Fine.
Yes.
It means 2 is also incorrect. No cricketer has a two-wheeler. Okay, because it is not talking in that sense directly, we cannot imply this. Then 33, the ratio of two-digit natural number to a number which is formed by reversing. So ratio of, let's say, xy, this is how we can write xy, 10x plus y, and reverse would be yx. So that's how we can expand this. So this ratio is given to be 4:7. So how many number of such pairs are there? So we solve this and we get the relation between x and y. So you can just start with, if let's say x is 1, then y will be 2. So number would be 12 and 21 would be the reverse. So we need to see that whether ratio is 4:7. So it is 4:7. So that's how you can get all these numbers, by putting again gradually the numbers. So it cannot be, if let's say x takes 5, it is not possible because y would then be 10. So it is again a two-digit number only. That is why we'll be taking it only up till 4. We'll get 4 such numbers.
Option B.
Then 34th. So in an examination, A has scored 20 marks more than B. So that's how we write this in equation. B has scored 5% less marks than A. So B score is 5% less of A. So A minus 5% of A. We have to calculate the score of B. So we just have to solve these two equations. We'll directly get, it should be option B.
Option B.
Then 35th. So Sita, Geeta, they go for a swim after a gap of every 2 days and 3 days respectively. So if 1st January, both of them are going for a swim together, when will they go together next day? So you just have to, you can see that maximum it is up till 13th of January and we are given from 1st. So you can just see that after a gap of two days, what all days would be there, and after a gap of 3 days, what would be there. So both of them would be, can say, will go again on 13th of January.
Option D.
Now 36. So XYZ are three contestants in a race of 1000 meter. We assume that all run with different uniform speeds. So X gives Y a start of 40 meters. So how do we write this? We see X give Y a start. So it means Y is 40 meters ahead of X. And total races, so the distance to be run is 1000 meter or 1 kilometer. And again, X gives Z a start of 64 meters. So you see from the position of X, Z is 64 meter ahead. So in a way, we see this, we get this gap by 64 minus 40, which will be 24 meters. Now, what do we have to calculate is that if Y and Z, they were to compete in a race of 1000 meter, how many meters start will Y give to Z? So in this case, you can see that since Y is already ahead at 40 meters in comparison to the position of X, so this distance would be 1000 minus 40, so it would be 960. So we say that in 960-meter long race, Y will give Z a start of 24 meters because this is the distance that we directly get. We have to get it for 1000, so we use unitary method. So it should be again 25 meters, and the right option should be B option.
Option B.
Okay, then if X is greater than or equal to 25, so we have written Y is less than or equal to 40, then which of the following is always correct? So just keep on solving the options which are given. Let's say X is greater than Y. So that is not possible. Let's say if Y is 40, X is 26. So not possible. Y is greater in this case. So this is incorrect. Then for B, you see Y minus X is greater than 15, which is not possible. You can see that 40, we take the maximum values and then start reducing by 1. So you'll see it can be 5 or, sorry, it can be 15 or less than 15. So this would be the right option, C.
Option C.
Then 38th question, we have Anna. Anna was born 4 years after her parents' marriage. Her mother is 3 years younger than her father. So we've written down this information. This is the entire given information. Here we calculate. And then what age did Anna's father get married? That is to be calculated. So we can just solve, like we get the age of her mother, that would be 37. Anna's present age is given, that is 13. And that's how we get her mother's age also here. If again we just put these values here, so 37 get F value as 40. So if father's current age is 40 years, you see that we minus Anna's present age, that is 13 years, and then minus 4 because she was born 4 years after her parents' marriage. So to get the age of uh, her father when they were married, her parents were married, so it would be 23.
Option B.
Here, Rakesh had money to buy 8 mobile handsets of specific companies. So you can say 100% money will fetch him 8 mobile phones. And retailer offered him discount and he could buy now 10 mobile handsets with discount. So I believe the discount should be 25% because getting 2 extra out of the 8.
Option B.
Okay, so this was the confusion that I was having. So we'll divide it with 10 instead of 8 because total he has 10. So after discount will be the mobile handsets that he's having after discount is 10. So we'll consider this and then we'll get this as 20%. Fine. Then 40th question. So average marks of 100 students are given to be 40. So that's how we write in the formula of average. Sum of 100 students' marks divided by 100 is 40. Now we found that there was incorrect value. The right value was 53. It was misread as 83. So to get the correct average. So for this, we get the sum of 100. You just cross multiply this. We subtract the incorrect value, which was 83. We add the right one, which is 53. Now this is the value of the sum of the marks of 100 students. So just put it in. Again, an average of this would be, just divide this by 100, get 39.7.
Option B.
Okay, so thank you so much everyone for joining us on Sarkari, and we'll continue with the next set of 40 questions from 2019 CSAT paper.